Good morning, I am Amy from Amy Be Stitched, and I have had a lot of requests for the Meandering Paw Print Scarf to be made in video form for those of you who don't read patterns well or who are just having difficulty with my pattern. So I'm going to attempt to do that today. First of all, I ask that you do have a copy of the pattern available, whether it be a print copy or digital. You'll need a size 9 or 5.50 millimeter crochet hook. You'll also need some worsted weight yarn, which is also size 4 medium. And if you don't know what that means, if you look at the label on your yarn, there will be a little, what looks like a little skein of yarn and a number 4 in the middle. That is the worsted weight yarn you will need. So looking at the pattern just real quick, you'll notice that at the top you've got your list of materials, a gauge, terms and abbreviations. You do want to familiarize yourself with these abbreviations as you learn to read your pattern. The note section is very important to read. Note number 1, the chain 2 at the beginning of each row of this pattern does not count as a stitch. And I know that that's been a little bit confusing for some people as to how that works. There is also a special stitch here that helps form the paw print. If you're having trouble seeing exactly how I'm doing that in the video, maybe the pictures I have here will help. Essentially, it is a cross stitch. The wording is a little bit confusing for some, but I was trying to make it easy to follow. Sometimes that happens when we write patterns out in print. So moving along, we'll move that to the side, and we're going to go ahead and get started on this pattern. Move that to the side. We want to start out by chaining 22. So let's do that real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You want to make sure your chain is not too tight, not too loose, just kind of a medium. And we are going to be working into the back ridge of this chain. And if you didn't know, a chain does have a front and a back to it. This flat side here, where you can see this nice kind of a loopy side, I don't know what you would call that, but this is your front side. And then if you roll that over, you see these little kind of little notches there. Those are the back ridge that I'm talking about that we're going to be working into. So you are going to double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook in each chain across. So 1, 2, 3. And when you get to the end of the row, you should have 20 double crochet, and that is not including this beginning turning chain here where we skipped. Okay? I'm going to turn the camera off while I do that so you're not bored and you can concentrate on your own chain. And we'll come back together at the end of the row. Okay? Okay. You should be at the end of your row now. You should have 20 double crochet, not including this turning chain right here at the end that I've got my thumb over top of. Now we're going to begin row 2. So we are going to chain 2, turn, double crochet 4. Oh, another issue, people are having difficulty knowing which stitch to double crochet into first. So because we're not counting this chain as a stitch, you are going to work directly into this double crochet right here as your first stitch. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to chain 4, skip 2, and now we're going to double crochet in the next 14 stitches all the way to the end. Okay, here we are. We've double crocheted our 14. Well, actually, I've got 13 done. I've saved the last one of this row so I can show you exactly where to go, because that's another source of confusion as to where is my last stitch. So now remember, we're not counting the chain 2 as a stitch, which means we won't go into it. So your final double crochet will go into the top of this stitch here. Okay, let's do that. We're ready for row 3. We're going to chain 2, turn, we're going to double crochet 12. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to chain 1, skip 1, this one here, double crochet a next stitch right on top of there, 2 single crochet and chain space right here. We'll just insert right into here, and this is going to pull this chain 4 loop up to the level of this row. Double crochet next stitch, right here is the top of your next stitch. We're going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet next 2. 1 and 2. Ignoring that chain 2 on the end, that'll leave just a little bump there. That's part of the design. Row 4, chain 2, turn. Now we're going to double crochet 3. When you're working into chain spaces, you want to make sure that you go into the space. You don't want to crochet directly into that chain right here because it kind of warps it. So you want to go just right into that space. Okay? Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip 2, double crochet in the next stitch. There we go. Now double crochet in last skip stitch. This is our cross stitch. This is the pictures that I show in the notes section. So we're going to find the last skip stitch, which is right here, and this is where we're going to do our double crochet, and this will complete that cross stitch. There you go. We're going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet 13 all the way to the end of the row, and then row 5 you will chain 2, turn, double crochet all the way across. Okay, now we've made it to the end of row 5. Didn't want to bore you by all those double crochet in a row. So now we are going to chain 2 and turn, and we're on row 6 now. We're going to double crochet in 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to chain 4, skip 2, double crochet 9. And at this point we are just sort of repeating the same paw print over and over, only the number of double crochet at the beginning row of your paw print is different for each one. That's what causes it to meander across the scarf or down the length of the scarf. So once you get the actual paw print portion of the pattern down. It's actually very simple to make. I find that I only need to reference my pattern to find that first however many double crochets it is before I begin my paw print. I've made that easier for myself by on my pattern, I'll just show you here real quick, where I've highlighted. Right here I double crochet 9. On my next paw print, I'll have to just double crochet 6 before I do my chain 4. And then the next one, a double crochet 12 before the chain 4. So once you get comfortable with this paw print pattern, it actually becomes just almost mindless work. So now we are on row 7. We're going to double crochet in 7. And we're going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochet in the chain space, and double crochet in the next stitch, that one right there, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Row 8, chain 2 and turn, double crochet in 8 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to chain 1, skip 2, double crochet in your next stitch, double crochet in last skipped stitch, which is right there, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet 8. There we go. I really do hope that this video has helped to get you started on working on the Meandering Paw Prints scarf pattern, and that you're more comfortable with the stitch placement, even if you do read patterns but you're having trouble understanding mine. This is the beginning. I'm not going to bore you again by crocheting all the way across this solid row. You should be able to, if you picked up on it now, you should be able to follow the pattern to be able to do this scarf. I'd love to see pictures on my Facebook page of completed projects and on the Ravelry project pages. I love to help if you're still having difficulty after viewing this video. Please private message me. I am always there to help when somebody needs some assistance with one of my patterns. I just want to say thank you for watching this to the end if you made it this far. So you have a good day and God bless.